Hello, YouTube. Hope everyone is doing great and having a great day. This is a check-in from quitting marijuana. I said I was going to quit weed about a year ago. I had some ups and downs along the way, which were pretty bad. Sometimes it'd last like 2 or 3 months, the binges. Um, but recently, I'm really happy to say that I was able to stop smoking weed May 25th, I believe. So that's almost 4 full months now. So I'm really proud of myself about that. I want to say that the way that helped me the most to quit weed was getting out of the situation and habits that I was in. I sadly blocked all my friends, had to get new friends and everything. And even then, my addiction was so strong that I would still sneak and go smoke by myself at times. But then I had to leave for a trip to France for a funeral, and then that's pretty much what did it for me. Since leaving for France, I had my last smoke out with one of my best friends, and since then I have not smoked since I came back. Um, the cravings definitely were strong. There were times when I did want to smoke. I noticed that when life is very stressful or you have a lot of things going on, you do want to smoke because smoking just kind of takes away all the problems and the emotions, whatever anxiety or stress you have about completing something that needs to be done on time just disappears once you're high. And you can still do things while you're high too, just not at a functional ability. And I want to say that there have been a lot of positives. I was using other drugs also, like kratom and Xanax and everything, and I have slowly stopped those also. I want to say the biggest thing about not smoking weed was that you just life kind of flows just a little bit better, and you're not completely controlled by some sort of drug. For example, you don't spend hours at a park by yourself smoking. You won't spend like hours at home watching Netflix, or you'll never spend half your income buying weed. And then yeah, you kind of just get a better grasp of your mental state too. It also helps you become a lot more sociable. Since I was abusing other drugs, I can't really speak on the sense of memory and things like that, but I would say that quitting marijuana has been a benefit for me. I feel like it did my health a little better. Like, I feel like I look a little bit just not as drugged out, or just not huge bags under my eyes. Um, yeah, so for all those people that are quitting and are trying to quit or going through it, I want to say that you can really power through and to not give up. It helps writing a list out of things that you want to do and need to accomplish, and that smoking will not let you accomplish. It helps with me too. But another word of advice is don't write endless journals and notes to yourself saying I'm going to quit, making tons of practice promises to yourself, because that never works. You kind of have to just jump the gun and be like, okay, I'm done. And also, I recommend going to marijuana anonymous meetings, or going to any meetings you can if you do feel lonely, because addiction is really a drug of isolation. Whatever drug you're doing, you're usually doing it alone. And when you're with other people, it's as if all that goes away. The feeling of like stress, anxiety, even from not having the drug, it fades when you're with other people. That being said, I did try to go to MA, and it was for me. I just couldn't get attached to it, I guess. And I don't want to say it's a bad thing, because it's a great group of people, and I wish I had took more time and went to it and took it more seriously. And I still want to do that in the future. And I did make a friend through MA. I wouldn't say he's my sponsor, but I do call him if I have a really strong craving or I have some sort of problem, and that does help. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a fucking journey, and I just know that if you keep to it, don't give up, you'll make it through. Um, yeah, and if you're smoking a shitload of wax, and like a shitload like I was smoking grams of wax a day, doing like wax blunts, just like smoking a gram of those fucking vape pens. I was just completely addicted. I was high 24/7. If you're doing that, I would recommend probably slightly reducing, getting off the wax first if you can, and then going to weed, and then slowly kind of like spacing out the days. I noticed that towards the end, I mean, I wasn't really that good at spacing out the days, but sometimes I would like quit for like a week or 3 or 4 days, and then I'd have like a fat smoke out by myself at the park, and then I started realizing that it wasn't even enjoyable. I would literally smoke at the park and have a like legitimate complete panic attack. Like it was, I literally was freaking out over the weed, and then for the next 3 or 4 hours, I was literally just driving around in my car like I could barely even drive too. Not that like I'm a really good high driver, not that like I was dangerous, but like I'm just like super anxious in the car. Like this is not fun, and that's not what like marijuana is supposed to be. You smoke to have fun with your friends, or you smoke to go out and enjoy something. You don't smoke like alone, and if smoking alone is giving you massive panic attacks, then that's kind of a red flag already. So that kind of helped also as like the one of the towards the end of my smoking career, I would say that the last 4 or 5 smokes were literally just pure panic attacks. Like, yeah. So then I kind of already knew like this is not some like I wish it wasn't like that, but it is something that I could no longer handle. Like every time I'd smoke, I would just freak out. I would then need to call like one of my best friends and like have him tell me like I'm not gonna die, I'm not okay. Like I don't. It was terrible. And yeah. So this is the update. It's probably right day 45. Sober from weed. This is day 1 sober from kratom, and we're making our way. So I think that's the goal, and hope everybody is strong, keeps with the journey, doesn't give up, never give up, and things will get better. You can get your life back on track, and good luck everybody. I love you guys.